Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eddie Live.
All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 256. I'm here with Lars Larsen. What's up, brother?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
I know that you don't remember, but man, I've been watching you since you were a kid, bro.
Yeah, I remember coming here.
You remember coming here? Yeah. Summer
it was
camps and
yeah.
stuff, right? Yeah, so cool, dude. How's life in the States, man?
I mean, it's fun, you know.
Yeah.
It's a whole different life out there, and then
Okay.
and meet different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what's the biggest difference? I'm gonna move this a little bit closer.
Well-
You're good. Biggest difference, Taiwan and U.S.
There's two things I'd say. First,
Okay.
food.
Okay.
Big difference. And,
Okay.
And like the pricing and stuff is way like higher there.
Higher,
Yeah.
right?
And
You
then
good?
And the second thing is like there's like more skyscrapers here and everything, and where I live there is like flat land, all farms and stuff.
Where are you living, man, in the States?
Like Michigan.
Okay.
Near Ann Arbor.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Let us
So-
know if you guys if the audio's coming out and stuff. So it should be pretty good. But yeah, Ann Arbor. Okay, tell me about that, man.
Yeah, near there. So, yeah, it's just mostly like farmland. You don't see any like buildings and stuff.
Okay.
Unless you go into like the city in Detroit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And you've been there for two years.
2 years exactly. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what? Before we go, I want to kind of tell your whole story here. But before we go back into that, what was like the decision to be like, hey, I'm going to the States. I'm going to pursue this.
Well, I want to make it pro. That's the simple answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a couple like. It's not only the States I want to go to. Like, I want to go to Germany, Spain,
Okay.
England. At first, I really want to go to England.
Okay.
There's like some typical issues, you know, like visa and stuff.
Okay.
And schooling. And after all the brainstorming and discussion, like with my family and stuff, we decided like USA may be the best fit. I can
Yeah.
play soccer there in
Yeah.
the academy and also the school there. It's like they do both at the same time, and especially
It's awesome. Yeah.
yeah, I get to have a chance to play in like college soccer.
That's
Yeah.
great. Well,
Yeah.
U.S. college soccer is good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think MLS and that is
Yeah.
is doing really well.
Yeah, I'm
so that's
currently on
good.
that route right now.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
fantastic, dude. It's like I said, I remember we got some pictures here. We'll pull up later, but tell us about your first. Let's go back to beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about like your first memories of kind of playing the game.
First memories.
Yeah, like you're like
I mean,
first time where you're like,
first
damn.
memories.
You started as a kid, little
Yeah.
kid.
I mean,
I remember that.
I mean, now I see pictures, I think like different stuff. you know?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
But like I do remember like playing in Hong Kong when I was like a kid, like 3 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I remember my mom telling me that like I didn't like the game, I was crying and stuff.
Really.
Yeah.
That's so funny because for me, I coached as well here, of course, a lot.
Mhm.
And, you know, when I had my kid, like I had my daughter, and everyone's like, oh my God, you're going to raise this like Ronaldo,
Yeah.
Ronaldo. And then I started to train her and coach her. She hated it. I was like, oh man. Everybody's like, no, you got to have more kids until one likes it. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Yes.
Sometimes it just clicks, you know.
Just clicks,
Yeah.
right? But it's really cool.
Yeah.
So you started at a young age, right?
Yeah,
I think the first league or team was MFA. Was it the
Yeah.
MFA? Yeah.
Yes, MFA, yeah.
So do you remember way back the MFA days?
Yeah, I
Tell
do.
me a little bit about the MFA days, man.
I mean, I remember playing like some different teams before I got
Sure.
like selected into like the U8
Mhm.
with Coach Michael.
Yeah, yeah.
And then from there I just been on his team until when I was 13.
Okay.
And then from there I switched teams to EC Desafio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I remember that. Yeah. So that like the original days of the. I'll pull up a picture here right from the beginning. We saw that one
Yeah.
earlier, right? It's like
Yeah.
the OG team. It was like a
It's
like a
OG.
TDP, like an all-star team kind
Yeah,
of thing,
kinda,
right?
Yeah, we were really good.
And you guys were smashing it all over the island. I remember,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we didn't win it like the champions. We placed second.
Okay, okay, that's amazing already. Yeah, it's beautiful, brother. And then I'll pull up one more because I thought that this was a cool one. I found that on your TikTok,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So tell me about that. When you see that, what does that make you feel?
Well, first of all, I saw it was a trend, and I
Okay.
thought it was like relatable, so I posted it as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool, man. I love your TikTok, by the way.
Yeah.
I love it because everybody's doing their thing, but at the end of the day, you're still a teenage guy. You got
Yeah.
your TikTok dances and stuff
Yeah,
going,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's so cool. Yes. So transitioning, right? So you played U8 to U13, something like that, right? In the MFA?
Yeah, kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you guys were out. Did you guys do some traveling? Do you remember those days?
Yeah, we went to Singapore.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
twice, yeah. but because I was like always playing in like a older team, so when I went to Singapore, I was with the younger team. So
Oh, okay, different team.
Yeah, I wasn't used to all the players and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How important do you think it is to be used to the team, your team players?
Very important.
Okay.
And like maybe like if you don't know them, you might just like don't pass to them, or you don't like to play with them on the field. You know.
So what do you think it is like when you see like a big team like Real Madrid with like all the money in the world, right? And they can just buy up everybody, and then they don't win. So what do you think the problem is there?
Well,
I mean, just in your words, right?
I mean, still 11v11. Like
Yeah.
anything can happen, you know.
Okay.
You can buy all the greatest players, you can still lose. So,
Yeah. Have you been watching the Euro?
Yeah.
Who you
Not
going
really,
for?
but like I've been following it. Yeah.
It's hard to follow here.
Yeah.
Right.
I have to watch games at 12 and
12
3.
and 3, right?
Yeah.
People are saying, how come you're not showing the games? And I have tried to show back in the day like 3 a.m. games, but it's rough, man. Like nobody comes. And what's worse than nobody coming is like one dude coming, and you sit here with like one dude from 3 to 5, and everybody's like falling asleep. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
You make like 300 NT, and you're just like,
Yeah.
this is not worth it, man.
Yeah, I know some of my friends that go to like other bars.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then
Like
just
Brass
watch the
Monkey
games.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Maji
something like
Square
that.
and stuff. Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Right on, dude. Let me pull up another picture here. Bam. That's a cool picture, dude.
That's
Yeah.
old picture. Yeah.
Old school. Yeah. So what, you see something like that, what does that make you think?
Oh man, I mean, it's not really long ago, but like it feels old, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old do you think you were there? Maybe
I think
13, 14?
Yeah, I was 13, 14.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
when I was like with the U14 national team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool, man. What do you
Yeah.
think about the national team stuff, right? So let's hold on to the national team stuff. So after MFA, you went
Yeah.
to Desafio.
Yeah, Desafio, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how was it different? Like, tell me some of the differences
so
in there.
All the coaches there were like Japanese.
Oh, nice.
Like,
Okay.
Half
Okay.
Japanese and stuff. And
Okay.
Yeah, they talk Japanese between each other, and then they teach in Mandarin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get to learn any Japanese or
Well, yeah, some like little like.
bad words? No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and like football terms. like, I
Okay,
use,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Those were the first things I learned in Chinese, actually. And
Yeah.
I still have kids that I coached way back that are like 25 now, and like I'm going to their weddings and stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, San Kai," and I'm just like, I know, it was bad. It's funny, man. Yeah. So from then, you were doing some national team stuff. Right, you were talking like in that picture there. You're doing some national team stuff,
Yeah.
right? Got called up to play sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Like, how does that process work?
So where you seeing that peg? That was when I was like 13, 14.
Right here?
Like
Yeah.
it wasn't really the national team. It was like a training camp. You know?
Okay.
Like they were like selecting players, and then me and my friends Loic and Sean.
Okay.
We've been like close, and then, until like when we were 16, 15, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like 2 years ago, we've been called up to play in the U17 Asia qualifiers, and
That's-
both of them were there as well.
Same guys, yeah?
Yeah, same
nice,
guys,
man.
yeah.
So tell me about that. That's a cool
Yeah,
experience.
so let me think.
So like most people like me, like I played growing up and I coached and stuff. I was never good enough to make national team, right?
Right, yeah.
So obviously that's a huge step. And that's, first of all, like, congrats on that. That's pretty awesome,
thank
dude.
you.
Because, I mean, every kid wants to play the national
Yeah.
team, right? But, I mean, like, I don't know what the percentage is, but probably less than 1% will actually play national ball.
Yeah, I mean, for
So tell me
Taiwan,
about
it's
that,
probably
man.
easier for most guys to get on the national team.
Okay,
But, like,
okay.
For other countries, like it's way harder. It's
pretty hard, right?
Harder, yeah.
Okay.
But like, it still took some.
Of
like,
course.
Yeah.
Even here,
Yeah.
people still want to play national ball,
Yeah.
and it's not easy, right?
Yeah, of course.
So tell me about that, man. Getting called up to the national team.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Yeah. So, wait, I think.
All good, all good. So what's the process? Somebody says, "Hey, look, this kid's great. Give him a shot," or, well, what is that? How does it work out? Is your dad or
during
what's
2022 or something, like we've been training a lot. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then- Yeah. After that, I moved to the States, and
Okay.
then after that, they called me back to play in the qualifiers in like October and stuff.
So you're in
Yeah.
the States
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
okay,
like, I was
okay,
there
okay.
for only two to 3 months. Yeah.
Okay,
And then
okay.
they called me back.
Okay, so tell me
Yeah.
about that. They're calling you back. You're in the States.
Yeah.
We skipped one part of the story, but tell me about
Yeah,
that part first. Yeah.
So they called me back, and then it was the U17 HI qualifiers that I mentioned.
Awesome.
And then we went to Vietnam
Okay.
and to play what was that? Nepal, Vietnam, Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How was that? How was that?
Yeah. We placed third in our group, so we didn't qualify.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we beat Nepal though.
Okay.
1-2, yeah.
But I mean, obviously, winning obviously is important.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, like the whole experience, it's got to be
Yeah, it was
awesome.
It was amazing.
Tell me a bit about that,
It was
man.
amazing.
That's cool.
Like you get to like travel with the team, have fun. Like
Yeah.
not only the soccer part. Actually, the soccer part is like the most terrifying because like
course,
there's
yeah.
like a lot of fans and stuff.
Okay,
But yeah,
okay.
the most fun part is like you get to travel with their team.
Yeah.
Like eat breakfast with them.
Yeah.
Dinner with
Hotel.
them. Yeah, hotel and have fun with them.
Right? You got to
Yeah.
put your gear on with your name and stuff on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's
and then
cool.
You travel with them. on the
Yeah,
bus.
that's awesome, man.
I
Yeah.
remember we have to learn how to sing the national anthem on
Yeah.
the bus. We were all trying to learn.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's funny, man.
Yeah.
So you spent most of your life here, though, right? Do they
Yeah.
not teach the anthem in school, or you just forgot it? Or I have no
I've been in
idea.
a private school, so.
Oh, gotcha,
yeah, that's
gotcha.
why.
Okay, okay. You
Otherwise,
were
I
in
think-
Quayshan,
yeah,
right?
Quayshan,
I
yeah.
remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
Was he there too?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I remember back in the day. I think you were still there. The MFA guys were coaching like a Quayshan program,
yeah.
right? So I remember always going to help them out. They're like, "Hey, we need someone for Quayshan," and I'd come out and help. And then there'd be 3 or 4 coaches, and then they're just like, "All right, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this." And they're like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "I'll just do whatever you guys need, man." And they're like, "All right, you do the classroom." And I'm like, "Oh man, that's the worst spot." Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome. It was fun
Yeah,
though, man.
man.
Quayshan days were good, man.
Yeah.
So but you were saying before, so you went to the States, right?
Right.
You wanted to play pro ball,
Yeah.
right? But in your you did a high school team,
Yeah,
right? In a
yeah,
high school
yeah,
team,
yeah.
and you were saying that you didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
Okay, so
yeah.
tell me about that, because that's
Well,
interesting.
Well, the high school level in the States, they're not as strong as like academy teams.
Okay.
In the States, yeah. And yeah, yeah.
So you were bored, or it was too easy, or what's
It was-
going on? Frustrating because they sucked, or
It
what's
was a
going on?
different game.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they don't really like pass the ball much. They like fight. They fight more,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like fist fight. No.
Not fist fight, but like
Like
physically.
okay.
Like
Oh, it's like more aggressive.
more aggressive and stuff.
Oh, less skill.
Yeah, less
Less skill,
You can
more
say that, yeah.
aggressive. That's funny because when I
Yeah.
coached, in Canada, I took a team to Mexico, and some of our training was, they were like, I was close to your age, like younger, like 16, 17, and these guys were like, they were an amazing team. And one of the things we did for practice was we entered a men's tournament, right? And my guys were skill-wise were amazing, but the
Yeah.
men were just like tossing them around. It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, and it's a small town in Canada, so the reffing was crap, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I just remember them throwing some of my guys like off, just like bam, checking them off, and I'm like looking at the ref, what the fuck's going on here, dude? And he's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's
the man.
part of the game.
Part of the game, right? And I was like, damn, these guys are like 16. This is ridiculous,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, man, that's cool. So you didn't like the level, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that part of the story. You're there,
Yeah.
you're playing high school ball. You're like, what is this? I don't like this.
Yeah. So after that, I signed for a team called Michigan Jaguars.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me
Yeah.
about that. You just called them and said, "Hey, I'm here," or how did that
No,
how did that work?
I went on like a trial first, but
Mhm.
like I was late for the tryouts because I wasn't there in the States.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they told me I had to wait a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
For another season to start. Yeah. And after
Okay.
after that I signed for them. And then,
Okay.
Yeah, and I did well during the season.
Yes. Tell me about
Yeah.
the season. Tell me about
Yeah,
you
it
going
was-
there. You're playing club ball.
Yeah, it was this year actually the season, and then I scored 31 goals in the season.
Fucking
Yeah.
great, dude.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Right. I know.
And
I've heard.
I got scouted by 2 academies,
Fantastic.
MLS academies, so Columbus Crew and Minnesota United. And
Freaking crazy.
I went on trial on both teams, and Columbus Crew, unfortunately they rejected me.
Okay.
Minnesota United, they took me, so
Okay.
that's where I'm going next year.
Well, you have to say I chose this team, but next time we'll work
yeah.
on it. Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
cool. That's good, man. No. I think. So how's that? So that's next year.
Yeah.
So you're excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you think the level will differ from the Michigan team to Minnesota? So what's the level? So the one is club ball, or what is it?
It's basically like I said, it's a professional academy, which means like Minnesota United, they have an MLS pro team.
Yeah.
And then where I'm playing is their U18 team.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like their lower like academy team.
Yeah.
And and then you get to train with the pro team. Like
It's great.
So you just arrive at the training fields at like 9 in the morning,
Uh-huh.
and then maybe the coach today is going to say, Oh, today you're playing. You're training with the second team, or
Okay.
today you're training with the first team.
Great.
Yeah.
That's the dream, man.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. When does that start?
I should whenever I'm back. So August 11th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So August 11th, you're back to the
Yeah.
States. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I gotta move there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So you're here for the summer.
Yeah.
And what's your feeling of coming back after 2 years, coming back to Taiwan?
I was here last year, so.
Okay. So
yeah.
every summer you come back.
Every summer,
Okay.
yeah.
So tell me about the vibe coming back to Taiwan, living in the States.
Yeah.
Now you're coming back here.
I mean, yeah, it feels way better here because like feels like
Okay.
more like home here.
Feels like home.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what are the let's say top 3 things you miss in Taiwan?
Food.
Obviously, family's
Yeah.
probably one, but
Food, friends.
Yeah.
And like the whole vibe, you know.
the whole vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in the States, what are some of the things that you think are top 3 things for you in the States?
Top 3 things.
Nothing. Come on. There's got to be
I
something.
mean, yeah, the people. Yeah.
Okay.
They're good people, funny people, and then I say my school was good.
Okay.
I feel like. And
Okay.
Then, yeah, my team.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? You mentioned food a few times, right? So
Yeah.
what about the food in the States? How's that?
Well, first of all, it's like when it's expensive, you like
Yeah.
you reconsider a lot of things,
Gotcha.
and then and then there's not as much like variety of foods you can eat.
Okay.
Especially
Okay.
I like more like Asian foods. There's not as much,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some
and it's all like burgers and fries.
burgers and fries. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's funny because I love Asian food all the time,
Yeah.
and then when I came to Taiwan, I learned kind of what real Asian food tastes
Right,
like,
yeah.
right? And then when I go back, I even brought my wife back to my hometown to like the famous Chinese food place,
Yeah.
and it's shit. Like everyone's like, "What is
Yeah.
this? This is so bad." Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And then I think the States has like those what is it like? Shoot, what's that place called? The famous one in the States with orange chicken,
Panda Express?
Panda Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so excited to try that because everybody raves about it.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but like
Yeah.
it just tastes different, you know.
Yeah, it tastes really sweet.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
Like
yeah.
like everything's glazed in sugar or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
right? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go to what's your first dish when you come back to Taiwan?
I don't
First dish.
like I mentioned, I probably went for like a bento box.
That's crazy, man. Is that stuff spreading now to the States? Because I think they love the Asian culture, right?
I'm not sure
Milk
about
tea
bento
and
box,
stuff.
You know? Yeah, milk tea. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's everywhere, right?
Yeah.
It's like $12 or something. I heard, right? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know.
In Canada, we found a place, and we were in Vancouver, and my wife's like, "Hey, let's go check it out." And we went, and it was probably like $12 or $15 for like a milk tea.
Yeah,
And
I never been to a milk tea place in the States.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The prices. Canada's the same. I mean, the last summer when I went back home, yeah, it'd been six years, and it was just like, holy crap, the prices are nuts, man. It's great.
Yeah.
Let's get another picture going here, bro. Bam.
Oh, this.
That's a sick picture, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Yeah.
that. Let's
Which
start
one, the
with
left one?
yeah. Let's go to the left one first,
yeah, left
man.
one. Oh, that was back in MFA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was MVP in
Oh,
like
yeah?
the tournament. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've
And
got
I got
Dan.
awarded. Yeah, Coach Dan. Yeah.
Coach Dan. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Coach Dan. And what about the other one, man?
That was a college visit, like for Bowling Green State University.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Division I like soccer school.
These guys are in a lot of the pictures. Are these close friends of yours, or were just teammates
they're
there?
my teammates, and
Okay.
they wanted to visit with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
The school invited us, and they invited us at dinner, and it's all free and stuff.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Free food's always good.
Yeah, I get to stay
right?
with the team.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Get a couple more
And I
here.
had some pictures. Like, of course, I got the number 10 on.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
tell me about the number 10, man. A lot of people that
Yeah.
don't know football, they don't know the significance
Well,
of the number 10.
I started number 10 because, I started with number 10 when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then it just
Somebody just give it to you?
yeah,
Or-
and it just grew on me. No, I loved Messi when I was a
okay.
kid. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just don't feel like changing. But
Yeah.
when I went to Desafio, I didn't have the chance to like choose a number.
Okay.
So I got number 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just gave me the number 8.
Okay, and then when you're playing on your Michigan team,
Yeah, my number was number 8.
number 8,
Yeah,
really?
'cause
Okay.
number 10 was also taken.
That's the famous number, right?
Yeah,
Because that's like Messi, like
Yeah.
Pelé, all those guys
Yeah.
from back in the day, Brazil and stuff, Maradona,
Yeah, of
right?
course, yeah.
These guys are all the big, the number 10 guys, man.
Yeah. 10
Beautiful.
or 7.
10 or 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Get a couple more of these up here. Bam. That's it.
Oh, that was also another visit.
Yeah.
For University of Michigan.
That's Michigan, right?
Yeah, that's
okay,
Michigan,
okay,
yeah.
okay. That big M gave it
Yeah.
away, right? Okay. Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I got a couple more pictures. I got a funny one up here that you
Alright.
sent me, man.
Oh yeah, I sent you that.
So
yeah.
tell me about this picture, man.
No, this was after the game. Like I think we won that game, and then we were like happy. So and we had to wear the vest as well. It like
Okay.
tracks how far you run and how fast you run.
That vest?
Yeah, that vest.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Like
cool.
it tracks like
Uh-huh.
your data, and there's like a chip
Really?
on your back.
Really?
Yeah.
That's. Do they give you the data after? or-
Yeah.
That's cool. So how did it go? I mean, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I ran. I was the fastest on the team, but I forgot like how fast was I. Yeah.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
I love that. Got 2 more pictures. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
got called up to the national team?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So on the left, that was like the first night where I got my kit, and I was like, we didn't know our numbers. So when
Okay.
I got number 10, I was like excited.
Of
I was like crazy
course.
because I didn't say I want number 10. They just gave me number 10.
Wow.
Which is my number.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah. On the right, it's my first game
Okay.
against Vietnam.
Tell me about the feeling, man. First game, you got your national
Yeah.
kit on with your name
Yeah.
on it. You're repping the country, which is like kind of like the boyhood dream, right? Of everybody who wants
it
to
was
play.
insane. Like
Tell me about the
I,
feeling.
I couldn't believe it like during the time.
Yeah.
Like, it was just going past. Like I couldn't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was like a lot of fans behind.
Yeah?
Vietnam, of course, they brought like their army. And,
Yeah.
And what's that? They brought students to watch as well.
Okay.
So one of our games there was like 10,000 people.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that go for you? Like, how do you feel playing in front of 10,000 people? I've
Well-
never done. So
Well, I mean, I don't really think about it.
Yeah,
but,
that's
like,
smart.
But if you think about it, it's like, oh damn, there's 10,000
that's crazy.
people, you know?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how do you mentally get like to the mode where you're like, all right, I'm just gonna play. I don't have to. I'm gonna ignore all these people.
Well, you kind of can't, you know.
Yeah.
They're just there, you know, and
Hecklers and
You're
stuff.
trying to like just play your game, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Were there hecklers or anything? Anybody be like screaming stuff out?
Not really.
No. I think that's the cool thing about.
Oh yeah, yeah. There was a chance for the other team.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
And it was like really loud.
Yeah?
I still remember the chance for Thailand. Like it's still in my head.
Really?
Yeah,
That's-
because they just keep like singing it for
Over and over and over.
Yeah, for 90 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I think that like a lot of Asian countries, soccer. What are we saying? Soccer? Or are we saying football? What
Yeah,
is
say
it?
football.
Okay.
I
So we're saying
like that,
football.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're saying football. It's funny. One time when I was helping out with the MFA, I said soccer, and then Michael was like way across, like, and he just comes over and he's like, oh no, you say football. It was hilarious, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, so I think that I think it's a good vibe, man. I think that most people they grow up and as a kid and they're like they want to play pro ball, but like I was saying, not everybody's good enough, right? So tell me about how does it feel now compared to what you thought it would feel like?
So I feel like not everyone can make it to the top because I feel
course.
like I really do feel like talent plays a big part. You know?
Okay.
And
Yeah,
of
of
course,
course.
hard work also plays a part.
Yeah.
But if you got the talent, you're already up there.
Yeah.
Between everyone, you know.
Sure.
And yeah, but if you don't do any hard work, you're not going to go anywhere up. You know.
So you think
Yeah.
you need both?
Yeah, you need both. Yeah.
So okay, what do you think is more important then, the talent or the hard work? So if you got like a super talented guy,
Yeah.
right, and he doesn't work hard, and then you've got like a guy who's not that good, but he works his ass off. What are you thinking?
I'd say hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Okay.
But I mean, if you got the talent and you still train every day, but you don't really train by yourself, you're still better than everyone.
Okay.
you know?
Okay. So I have to ask you. So when you were playing here, I always remember, I never coached you directly, but I was always involved with the MFA, and you were always like one of the main stars all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And you knew that, and it was funny seeing you as a kid being like, "Yeah, I'm the man." So from that to like, okay, growing up, Taiwan's a small island, and then going to the States, right, where it's I don't know how many million people are in there, but it's way bigger than Taiwan, right? So how was it going from here to there, with the talent pool and stuff?
Well, you'll see a lot of different variety of players over there.
Yeah.
You start seeing like weird stuff because like everyone like plays different, and then
Okay.
there's all these different kind of players.
Yeah.
When I was first there, I thought everyone was like very skillful. you
Okay.
know? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you saw that, and then I think, like in Taiwan, obviously, a good percentage of the people are going to be Taiwanese playing, right?
Yeah.
And then if you go to like a Canada or the States, there's going to be like
Oh yeah. Okay.
big mix of people, right?
Yeah.
So how was that? How was that for you?
Oh yeah, I played against a lot of like different races.
Like giant dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we played against like California teams. There's a lot of like Mexicans on that team.
Yeah, for sure. Mexicans
Yeah.
are. I mean, it's huge in Mexico,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty cool because like they all
Yeah.
got different play styles.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. Do you have any? You feel like you learned from being able to play against more different variety of people?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 I got a couple more pictures left. A couple
Yeah.
cool ones here. This is a sick one. I like this one.
Yeah.
Tell me about
so
that. What's
That
going
was
on?
actually a friendly against Malaysia before
Okay.
we went on to play Vietnam, Thailand, and Nepal.
Okay.
So yeah, I scored. I'm not sure, like 30 minutes in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a really good goal, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was your goal celebration.
Yeah. I
Right?
did the shoe.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, of course. That's awesome, dude. So, again, I want to make sure we push on that. Most people, they want to play pro ball, and then they want to play national team. So you've done that, and you played, the national team stuff, and then you scored for the national team.
Yeah.
So that's incredible. So tell me a little bit about the feeling of scoring
Well,
for the national
I
team.
mean, I couldn't believe it. It
Yeah.
was like we were up 1-0 against Malaysia, and I was the one scoring.
yeah. That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Like-
Somebody played a through ball to me. I took like 2 touches and then slotted in like a bottom corner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. That's amazing because people watching on TV, I mean, it'll be 1-0, right? And then
Yeah.
your name is on there,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
crazy. I love that.
Yeah,
That's the
it is.
dream, right?
Yeah.
I love it. I
And
love it,
I remember
man.
it being posted on like all the Malaysia websites. And,
Yeah?
Yeah, Taiwan websites as well. Yeah.
So cool, man. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I got one more picture. Bam. That's a new one.
Oh yeah, that's
gotta be, like-
recently.
They
There's
just
Owen
sent
as
that
well.
today. So tell me
Yeah.
about that. Tell me about that.
That was last week actually.
Okay.
I was coaching with a ex-Premier League player.
Yeah.
Matt Jarvis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard of it. Yeah.
I get to talk to him about a lot of stuff, and I get to watch some of his
Okay.
films and stuff.
Tell me about the experience, dude, because that's pretty.
I mean, it was amazing. So
Yeah.
like I don't really coach. So
Okay.
It was my first time like actually coaching like some kids, and I get to share my experience with the kids and stuff.
Tell me about that, because kids would
Yeah.
be like that other picture we had earlier, right? This one. That's basically
Yeah.
sums it up,
Well,
right? So
Yeah,
tell
I
me-
have to tell them like I was just like them,
Yeah.
And then if you really want it, you can push yourself to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I told them like I decided to go to the States because I really want it,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked them if they wanted to go pro or not, and I see some of them like raising
Yeah.
their hands. Yeah.
A good percentage, probably.
I'd say like 70-80%.
Yeah,
They
because
all wanna-
everybody's
yeah.
it's the dream, right?
It's the dream. Yeah.
You play your sport and you're like, hey, I want to play pro.
Yeah.
I mean, to get paid to play that's the dream.
Yeah,
I would think,
yeah.
right? Yeah. To play that pro ball, yeah. So you're gonna have a chance next year, or no, next month.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Next month. So I don't have to like pay to play anymore.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Like I just get to pay for free. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. That's the first step, right? You
Yeah.
got to get in there, mix it up with those guys, man.
Yeah.
How's the family feeling about this whole situation?
Well, my dad was confused at first. I know that.
Okay.
And he started like realizing that this might actually be the way.
Yeah.
For like to me to go pro, and then I get to have a better chance of playing soccer, and the people there are more skilled. And stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And your dad's a football guy, right?
Yeah, he's a football
he's
guy.
a big
so
football
he
guy.
doesn't really know about soccer.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, your dad's hilarious because I remember, when you'd be playing, your dad would always be kind of hanging out on the side,
Yeah.
and he's a funny guy. It's cool. I didn't know he moved back to the States. That makes sense because I usually would see him around. Yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It's a funny guy, man. I like that.
He
Yeah.
was just he had to like be with me in the States. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? Right? Because you're 17, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So he moved back with you.
Yeah.
So the two of you went back. Tell me about that kind of conversation, being like, "Hey, let's go back and let's take that shot."
I mean, somebody has to go with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My dad knows the area. So
Yeah.
He just decided to go with me.
And is it the same area that he grew up in, or no?
A little different, but like
Okay.
it's the same state. Yeah.
Okay. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're coaching in that picture, right?
Yeah.
Where'd we go? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So you're coaching. So
Yeah,
how does it
right.
feel to coach? Like, because that's a very different thing,
Yeah.
right? I think that. Well, go ahead. You tell me about
Well, you
your coaching vibe.
You gotta like start like talking. Like you can't just like stay quiet. Like the kids want to know like what you're thinking, and you gotta
Yeah.
say
Okay.
about them. Like you gotta encourage them.
Okay.
And, like if there's like an open space for them to run, just tell them.
Yeah.
Like there's a space in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah, and or like take a shot.
So how important do you think communication is?
Oh, very important.
Okay, tell me about it.
Like
Give me-
if your teammate's like turning your back and he doesn't know you're behind him,
Yeah.
he probably won't pass to you. If you shout
Yeah.
his name or something, he probably knows like somebody's behind him and
Uh-huh.
he has a like idea he can pass back.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome, dude. It's freaking
Yeah.
cool. What's obviously the ultimate goal is, let's say 5 years from now. You're young, so let's say 3 years from now, if all goes 100% according to plan,
Right.
where's Lars Larsen?
I'll probably be playing at MLS.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 3, yeah.
Do you have some teams that you like right now that you're watching in the MLS?
Not really. I don't even watch that league.
Okay, well, you that's good. Okay, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's cool, man. No, I think what was it? Did Messi bought a team, or was it Beckham bought a team? Beckham bought a team, and Messi
Playing
played,
in it,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so that is obviously huge for MLS, right? I remember MLS coming up, and so Mexico and the U.S. they always had like a big rivalry,
Yeah, I
and
know
Mexico
that,
was
yeah.
always way better. And then I think when 10 years ago, maybe, or 15 years ago, the U.S. hired there was a guy called Bruce Arena, and then there was after that was one of the German players called Klinsmann. He started to coach the U.S.
Yeah, uh-huh.
and then they shot right up,
Yeah.
and they're like right on par with Mexico. And now Mexico's
They're not
so
doing well,
disappointing, man. Oh, I haven't watched because every time I watch it, I'm just like, oh man, Mexico,
Yeah.
you're looking so bad. And it sucks because in Mexico, that's like the sport. That's like the main
Yeah.
sport, right?
I know their youth academy is really good.
Yeah. I don't know what happens when they get to like, I don't know, they get to like the pro, like if you go under 19, under 21, it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happens, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I can't do anything about it, but it's crazy to watch. Everyone's like, Mexico's so good. And Mexico always does well in the World Cup.
Yeah.
They'll always go to the second round, and then no matter who they play, they lose.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who it is. It's crazy. It's been like that since I was a kid, and it's like, second round. They're always in the second round.
Yeah.
Boom, they're out right away first game.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
tough,
frustrating, man. Yeah,
These
so
European teams are really strong. Yeah.
they're good, man. So you haven't been watching the Euro, right? But
I know who's in the semifinals.
you know what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so what do you think about like the Taiwan national team, right? So
Yeah.
it's improving.
Yeah.
It's getting
I know
better
that,
since when I was coaching to now. I think it's getting much better. Talk a little about that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been watching games. Of
Yeah.
course, Taiwan, they haven't been like winning games.
Yeah.
But like I know they've been improving. I know
Yeah.
how the coach is like recruiting players from like outside of Taiwan.
Yeah.
And then he's building the team slowly.
Yeah, Gary, right?
Yeah,
Coach
Gary
Gary
White,
White.
yeah.
Yeah, he comes by to eat. Doesn't
yeah.
live too far. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gary, man. He's a
Yeah.
good dude. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, know him. Yeah. Tell me some more things, man. Tell me some life about the States. Something like you.
Yeah.
What are you doing on a Friday night, Saturday night in the States as a 17-year-old boy?
Well, not gonna lie, I have to do some homework.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Tell me about how are you balancing,
Yeah.
all this, this football.
Yeah.
You want to do all the pro stuff, and you want to be training, and you want to be top of your game, but you still have to do your homework and the
Yeah, of
school. And
course.
how you balance all that stuff?
So my school finishes at 2:45, and then I usually have a teammate.
Okay.
That, he carpools me to his house, and then I just chill with him.
Okay.
Eat some food, and then we go to practice at 5.
Okay.
And then after that, my dad picks me up from practice, and I have to go home and do some homework. you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How does school in Taiwan? This is going to be a huge one. How does school in Taiwan compare to school in the States?
Well, my school was Kuishan, so it was kind of like an international school.
Yeah.
And it was like English as well, but the different thing is like my school was IB, like IB system.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you.
Yeah, I know a little
familiar.
about that.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but so like the grading and how they teach.
You mean
is
in
different.
Kuishan, right?
Yeah.
I remember the
It's
guy who was
different.
setting that up. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like.
Tell me about it,
school,
man.
Yeah, school in the States, I feel like it's easier.
Easier, right?
Yeah,
you would
easier.
think. Yeah.
Even though my school is actually like a hard school.
Yeah.
Like, once you know the system, you can easily get through it.
Nice,
like
man.
you know what's the teacher's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you know what's going to be on the test and stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
I know that in Canada, I mean, when I was growing up in high school, everybody's math is really bad. Like the math
Right,
level is
yeah.
really low. So I remember that they had to make they call it like the A stream. So you'd have grade 8, 9, 10, 11,
Right, yeah.
12, regular math, and then it'd have like the A, which is like, people would say it's better, but actually they kind of dumbed it down so that people could. I had to go through that, man. To go through like the dummy math basically to graduate. It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I would help my daughter with her homework, or when I taught kindergarten a long time ago, and you teach school and stuff, and people would show you like their math work and just like physics and stuff, and like grade 5. It's crazy, man. So I would imagine going to the States, it would be easier, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
So we
I
can't
mean,
say yeah, keep going, yeah.
Yeah. So I actually do like math and chemistry,
Okay.
and biology better.
Nice,
Yeah.
man.
I'm more
Okay.
interested in those stuff, so I do better
Okay,
in those. Yeah.
beautiful. So let's say, okay, let's say you go, you finish, you retire, you do your pro thing,
Right,
you're
yeah.
35. What do you think you would like to do after that? I mean, because you're still a young guy, you're
haven't-
35, let's say 40.
Haven't really thought of
Haven't
it.
thought about it
I
yet?
mean, I did, but like it just like I'm clueless, very clueless about it.
Yeah, well, you're
But
still young.
I was thinking about studying kinesiology in
Okay,
college. Yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
I study about like body movement and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What about, did you like the coaching? Did you think, oh, this is something that's kind of nice? Or you're like, nah, I don't want to deal with this? I mean, it doesn't, I mean, you're still young,
It's
so it
kinda
doesn't, yeah.
like it's a path to go, but like
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, there's way more out there. So,
Okay.
but like yeah, if and nothing work out, I'll just go coaching. you know?
Okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's so funny, man.
Yeah.
So, short term, long term, want to play pro, right? MLS, yeah, yeah. Freaking awesome, dude. Dude, I think I've gone through most of the stuff. I mean, do you have anything that you want to say? That you want to be
No,
like,
not
hey,
really.
anything of anybody who's, you got some like 5-year-old kids in Taiwan, and they would,
Yeah.
they want to come up. They're like, hey, this guy, I love what he's doing. I want to be doing that. You have some
So,
advice?
Just keep playing your game, and you're gonna be up there because I was like one of you, and just keep dreaming. Yeah, that's it.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I love. Just keep dreaming, guys. Thanks for coming, dude. Do you have anything you want to add to after this? No, yeah.
The place is still nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, anytime you want to come by, man, I'll
Yeah,
buy
no
you some
problem.
food. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for coming, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I'm glad you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Lars Larsen. Appreciate it, brother. Take care, man. See